What an incredible setup. Probably the most bullish setup I've ever seen. Let's talk about GameStop stock. Over here, we have an ascending triangle, we have a symmetrical triangle. We also have a catalyst, okay? January 9th potentially being a big day, okay? We also got to talk about the fundamentals, okay? Because man, GameStop is holding $4.6 billion. Now, in this video, we have a lot to go over. We will also be going over a bunch of other stocks with weekly watch list stocks that I'm watching this week, updates on AMD, a bunch of incredible setups that I want to go over. If you guys do enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. I'm trying to go for 10,000 subscribers, and make sure to leave a like. Let's get started right over here on GameStop stock. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Now we had this massive move from the Roaring Kitty tweet. We have this symmetrical triangle. We broke out. We played this in the Discord. Okay, we played the symmetrical triangle in this Discord, and I do want to play this ascending triangle in the Discord. Now, keep in mind, it is December. We have the holidays. We have Christmas. We have New Year's. A bunch of shopping spree for stocks like GameStop. So this is going to be a very bullish month now going through January 19th. Now we have Roaring Kitty sending out a cryptic text on X, and it's January 9th. Potentially we have a lot of hype around that. On top of that, what can happen in January 9th? Because we know that GameStop is holding $4.6 billion. And the question is, what are they doing with that cash? And we have a lot of theories around them potentially buying Bitcoin or investing that money. And I think that is going to be a potential day, January 9th. We have a bunch of hype surrounding that here. So on the weekly time frame, we have just been consolidating on the weekly time frame for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. We have pretty much just been trading sideways. We have ascending triangle, and again, these are ascending triangles that we have played a lot of times, so we should be familiar with ascending triangles. We played it with Tesla, and we played it with Apple. So this should be a very similar setup. Now the interesting part is, once we start breaking this level, again 30 has been a very massive level of support, trading here for weeks, now more than a month, more than 2 months. After 30, our next resistance and next price target is pretty much $47, and that is going to be a solid 50 to 60% move. We're talking about a 60% move. Let's take a look at the closer picture over here. Let's take a look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we have this symmetrical triangle for GameStop. So solid symmetrical triangle setup. So again, we had the symmetrical triangle setup over here. We broke out another symmetrical triangle setup. Now we are breaking out again. But look, the only next price target that we have is $47. So pretty much we are going for a nice 60% gain here on shares alone. And that is why I'm really excited on GameStop. And I do want to enter in shares right at market open. Let's talk about AMD stock now. AMD stock has been looking absolutely amazing. As you guys know, I entered into call options here on the Discord. If you didn't enter in, today was an amazing opportunity to enter into call options. If you guys do want to watch the full video, watch that video. But let's just talk about a quick update on AMD. AMD is looking beautiful. Today's price action was absolutely clean because we came all the way down. We tested this bottom support, we bounced back. That was a very bullish indication. The past 4 days, we have pretty much been trading sideways. Okay, this is a tough level of support, but we just need to hold this level of support, and right now it is looking absolutely amazing. As long as if we are holding this level of support, we should be looking good, and that is why I bought, a month out on my contracts. As long as if we have time, we should be looking good. This is going to be a solid play soon. Next, we have Qualcomm. Okay, Qualcomm is an amazing setup also. Okay, Qualcomm, AMD, NVIDIA, all of these semiconductor stocks are setting up. These are going to be our number one plays for this week and the next month. So going into next month, on the weekly time frame, we can see that this is a nice level of support. We have $154. Same as AMD, as long as if we hold this level of support, we are looking good. On the daily time frame, we touched this level of support, we bounced again, just looking good. As long as if we are holding this level of support, we can see that 164 is going to be our first conservative price target for Qualcomm, and then we have 176. So again, it depends upon you and your trading strategy. People in the Discord I've seen are getting June expiration. I would personally I got January 31st contracts for my AMD to sell before earnings. But again, all of these stocks are just looking amazing in terms of the semiconductor sector. Next, we have UPS stock on the monthly time frame. This is more going to be a longer term play. So the AMD play is a month out. GameStop play is also a month out. Same with Qualcomm. With UPS, this is the monthly time frame, and if you like the Warren Buffett strategy, if that appeals to you, this might be a very nice play for that, because again, this is a blue chip stock and it is sitting at 2017 levels, 2016 levels, and it is the lowest it has ever been in a while. We have potential 80% gains on shares alone. The RSI looks beautiful. So just buying low, swinging shares. You can also buy leaps a year out, 2 year out leaps. But UPS looks good for a longer term trade. Now, next we got RIVN, man. We just got such amazing setups over here. This RIVN setup is just looking absolutely amazing. The first thing that I see when I'm looking at RIVN is it reminds me a lot of the SoFi setup. So with SoFi, we were consolidating, we pulled back, we pretty much crashed, we bottomed out for months. Then we formed a downtrend, and we broke out of this downtrend, and now it has been running. If we take a look at something like PLTR, also it also had that very nice same sort of play, and even also something like Roblox. But we can see that RIVN just looks absolutely amazing, especially with Tesla running, just going parabolic all-time highs. Other EVs might start to run. Now, we just need to be above $15 here for RIVN. We just need to be above $15. As long as if we are above that, we should be looking good, because that is our breakout point for RIVN. So RIVN looking good, especially for shares. I'm going to stick with shares over here. We're talking about 170%, like a year out. That's going to be a solid play for RIVN. RIVN just looking absolutely amazing here. Next, we got Johnson & Johnson. So also looking good. Just be careful. It has recently been falling because of the assassination of the healthcare CEO. But in terms of the technical analysis, we just need to hold this level of support, and the stock is looking good. The interesting thing is they do have a very nice dividend, $1.24 per share. So if you got like 100 shares, that is a lot of money coming in just from dividends alone. We can see massive level of support on the daily. If we take a look at the RSI, definitely oversold. We can go a little bit lower, but it is at oversold levels. So the key thing about this play is, as long as if we're holding 143, we should be good. Now, we did kind of close below. We need to be above 143, because if we start closing below, like here, like 142, we have broken this structure and we just have room to the downside. So we really need to hold this structure, or else we have a long way down. We could see that this is, again, a nice level of support. So we're talking about a previous resistance here, but overall GNG, it looks very nice to play the bounce off of the support. Next, we got Coinbase. Coinbase looking interesting over here. I wanted to play calls if it started to pull back and hit the level of support. It also kind of looks like a ascending triangle setup. So we also have a potential ascending triangle setup, only if we bounce and we are above the resistance. So we can, potentially have an ascending triangle setup. I'm watching Coinbase carefully. This is going to be a weekly play, so weekly calls, so a very quick in and out play, the breakout type of play. So I'm watching coin, especially with Bitcoin, crypto. January 6th is going to be a very big day with Trump coming in. He's very pro Bitcoin. And again, he removed Gary Gensler, which put a lot of regulations on these exchanges. So Coinbase, a very interesting play, and I'm very, very excited. I think it might be a play for next week. But as long as if we hold this level of support, we can have a potential ascending triangle setup here on Coinbase. So next we got NVIDIA. Pretty much semiconductors being the big play. But with NVIDIA really lagging behind. I mean, look, this is the semiconductor ETF. So Qualcomm, AMD, NVIDIA, and a bunch of other semiconductor stocks. And we can see that it is starting to break out. We're at that level of resistance. We started, closing above. We have other semiconductors also breaking out. So I'm very, very bullish on, as long as if we hold this level of support for NVIDIA, we should be looking good. But I do prefer, obviously, AMD. So I'm also watching NVIDIA and pretty much the overall semiconductor sector. So next we got Roku. Roku has this very nice symmetrical triangle setting up for a potential day trade. Now, why I put Roku here was because it randomly gets these massive moves on like the daily time frame. It's one of those volatile stocks. We're talking about a 11% move over here. And with these volatile stocks like Palantir, SoFi, Roblox, all of these stocks have been beating down, and they have been accumulating and just trading sideways for a while. And we're all trying to fight, breaking through all-time highs and whatnot. So I'm just keeping a close eye on Roku. Might also be a good long-term play, but I'm taking a look at the short-term to play the day trade. Looks very similar to RKLB. Now, this was on my weekly watch list, but it broke out today. I didn't post a video yesterday, but very similar to something like RKLB or something like MSTR, also looking out for a potential breakout, but looking at Roku over here. Overall, if you guys enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. Let me know what you guys are taking a look at in the comments down below. And if you guys want to join the Discord, link in the description, and see you guys later.